Hello everyone and welcome to this month's episode of What's for Dinner. Today I'm going to be making some bacon cheeseburger sliders. Sounds pretty good. Let's get cooking. Okay, so this recipe comes from my church suppers cookbook. Now, some of you may remember I tried to make a recipe with this back during the first half of the year, and it turned out to warrant a lot more food than I was expecting. So this particular recipe I'm actually having, even though it doesn't make a whole lot to begin with, it's still too much for what I have available right now. So all of the ingredients and everything that I've been doing to make this recipe has been halved or slightly less than halved. So what I've done is I've preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I've taken a 13 by 9 pan, greased it with some Pam, and then I took a package of Hawaiian sweet rolls and just cut them in half. The bottom half I should say, is in this pan with, I'd say, about a cup to a cup and a half of cheese on top, and it's cheddar cheese. I'm gonna bake it in here for about 4 to 5 minutes, or just until the cheese melts. We're gonna put this in first. And while that's going, I'm going to get some ground beef, about a pound of ground beef, and about a cup of an onion, a cup of chopped onion that is, going in here. We got our ground beef, turn that on, and we'll get our onion in here too. Spatula. So basically you're just going to cook the onion and the beef until the beef is browned all the way through and the onions are not necessarily caramelized, but just a little bit transparent. Once the beef and the onion have been cooked, you're going to add in a can of diced tomatoes with onion and garlic, I believe, some Worcestershire sauce, and some Dijon mustard. So I'll be back to you all when it's time to do that. Okay, so the beef and the onions are ready to go. I have the bottom half of the package of sweet rolls with the cheese that is off to the side over here. I'm now going to add this entire container of diced tomatoes with roasted garlic and onion. The recipe says to add this entire container, and I will be adding this entire container because, well, this stuff just looks delicious. So it says to drain them. I attempted to drain them, but there really wasn't anything to drain. Okay, so we add that. The recipe also says to drain the beef. This particular pound of beef did not have a whole lot of fat, so there really wasn't a whole lot to drain. Okay, now I'm going to add a tablespoon each of Dijon mustard and Worcestershire sauce. We'll do this one first. And then I'm just going to go in here, get a nice helping of Dijon mustard, put that in. And then about a 3/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a shake. And we'll mix it all in. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is prepare a glaze that goes over top of these sliders before you put them in the oven. So I'm going to get that prepared now. Okay, I have the meat on this side just kind of simmering until I finish this glaze up. We're going to do the glaze over here. I have about a half cup of cubed butter. Again, I'm having most of what this recipe says. So normally this would be a full cup, but I'm going to take half a cup of cubed butter. And then I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce again. Take 1 tablespoon of my Dijon mustard. I lost my tablespoon. And then a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And essentially, we're going to mix this together somehow. And then you'll microwave it covered, stirring occasionally until the butter is melted, and then we're going to pour it over top of the sliders once they're all put together. We're going to say that is combined as best it can be. I'm going to put it in the microwave. I'm going to do about a minute with 15-second intervals. Take it out, stir it, take it out, stir it, and then we'll go from there. So we'll come back in a moment to build the sliders. Okay, everything is ready to now start building the sliders. So, turn the heat off the stove here. We're just going to spoon all of this meat, there's a lot here, on top of the bottom half of these sweet rolls. Alright, once you have added all of your beef, I have some bacon strips that I cooked here and crumbled. There's about 6 here. The recipe calls for 24. You don't need 24 for something like this. We're just gonna put these on top. Tops of my sweet rolls. We're gonna put those on top. Like so. A nice little press downward. Then I'm going to take my melted butter, brown sugar mixture here, and with a basting brush, we're going to pour it over the top. Side things that I thought I would add. I have some sesame seeds. Put a couple sesame seeds on top. Those look cute. All right, now they're going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes. And I will be back in 20 minutes. Alright, it's only been about 15 minutes, but I was just checking them out, and the buns are looking like they're ready to come out. So, we're going to take it out, I'm going to take it out, I'm going to look and see, make sure they're looking okay, and then I'll try them for you. I think these are ready. It smelled of brown sugar on them. Those were fantastic, oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to plate them up, and I'll give them a try here. So give me about 5 minutes, and they'll be ready to go. Alright, I cut into them. Let me get a spatula. Make it really difficult on myself and take from the back. They look cute. What do you guys think? I think they look cute. Alright, here we go. Let's try them out. You wouldn't think that glaze does a lot, but it really does. Well, thank you all for watching this episode of What's for Dinner. If you have any recipes that you would like me to make on camera, you can leave them below in comments and I'll check them out. I've also created a Google form that you can use to submit your recipes for future consideration on the show. Thank you all again for watching. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all next time.